time for your favorite show from your favorite spot. It's Monk Spot, and we are exactly 22 days away from Super Bowl 51. But before that, we have to sort these divisional round matchups first. Now, aside from last week's Packers and Giants, the wild card round was a bit snoozy. But this time we are set for a lot of weekend action. But before we get there, let me dose you guys up with your game day matchup. We'll start in the AFC as the reenactment of the classic David and Goliath battle will take place at Gillette Stadium as the Houston Texans will take on the Patriots. David and Goliath is a perfect comp for this game. Tom Brady and his systematic slingshot offense will have to take on the Texans' Goliath defense. Sure, the Texans definitely caught a lucky break not having to have faced Derek Carr last week, but their defense has remained true to one thing: being airtight against the pass. I fully expect them to attempt to challenge Tom Brady without the services of Rob Gronkowski. The surefire way to take down the Patriots will be in the trenches. Houston's D-line has began to excel as of late, but their ringleader being Jadeveon Clowney, whose athletic talents were on full display against Oakland. Now, there's the issue with Houston's offense. Can Brock Osweiler keep pace with Tom Brady? Belichick's defense always flies under the radar. They are first in the league in points allowed with 15. Luckily for the Texans, they have a running game. But I would have to imagine Lamar Miller would have to play out of his mind to limit the inconsistencies of Osweiler. Here's some fun facts. Since 2003, the Pats are 7-1 against the Texans. Brady has also thrown for over 1,800 yards with a quarterback rating of 108 when facing him. The spread says New England is a 16-point favorite to win. But I expect the Texans to lay it all on the line. Patriots get set to make their 14th AFC Championship appearance, 4-16. Rematch of the Birds take place in Atlanta High as the Falcons will be looking to give the Seahawks their just desserts for the way things ended in Week 6. And since that time, Matty Ice has merited some serious MVP conversation. He's been playing lights out this season, passing for over 4,900 yards and 38 touchdowns. For the first time in a while, I can say that it's the Legion of Boom that will be on their heels, as they will be challenged to stop the number 2 ranked offense. But all eyes will once again be on the matchup between Julio Jones and Richard Sherman. Last time, Julio came away with 7 catches for 139 yards and a touchdown, but was only limited to 2 catches when locked up against Sherman. Now we can't leave out the quarterback with playoff experience, right? Russell Wilson is healthy and back to making plays. And unlike Seattle, Atlanta isn't as fortunate on defense. Running back Thomas Rawls was the star of the show last week and could be in for another big day as Atlanta ranked 17th against the run. The deciding factor in Week 6 was an overlooked pass interference call on Sherman. And aside from Matty Ice's stellar season, he's 1-4 in postseason play with 7 interceptions. Defenses tend to get tight in the playoffs, and the Legion of Boom is set to handle ATL the right way. That's right, Seahawks are the last birds flying in an upset, 24-21. Battle of the Shielded Sword features the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. These two teams will meet for the second time in a playoff setting since the wild card in 1993. The Chiefs have one job and one job only. They must stop Le'Veon Bell. If they manage to contain him, the rest of the pieces should fall to him. But of course, half the work will have to be done by Kansas City's defense, as they have limited their last opponents to just 16 points a game. The other half will be done by quarterback Alex Smith, who has become more than a game manager. He's completed 67% of his passes, and he'll be looking to expose the Steelers' 16th ranked pass defense with tight end Travis Kelce and home run and hitter wide receiver Tyreek Hill. As for Big Ben, the last we saw of him, he was in a walking boot due to an ankle sprain. Now he says he's okay, and hopefully that is the case, as he will need to avoid some of the Chiefs' pass pressures in D4. Justin Houston. Back in Week 4, the Steelers dismantled the Chiefs 43-14. This time around, the Chiefs are a 1-point favorite and are winners of their last 5 of 6 games. As I said earlier, this game comes down strictly to how KC contains Bell. Not to mention Antonio Brown. Steelers steal the show in Kansas, 23-17. We bring home the divisional rounds to Dallas as the Cowboys find themselves in a postseason rematch against the Green Bay Packers. The cast for Dallas is different 2 years later, as Dak Prescott is the new kid in town that has tied the record for most wins by a rookie quarterback. The Packers look pretty much the same across the board, but Aaron Rodgers is hot as his team rides a 7-game win streak into Jerry World. Win streak or not, the pressure is on the Packers to contain the league's leading rusher, rookie Ezekiel Elliott, who ran for over 150 yards against them in Week 6. Dallas has manhandled opposing defensive lines with the best offensive line in the NFL, and the Packers front seven will need gap control if they hope to stifle the Cowboys in passing situations. Now the Dallas defense has some pressure of its own. Rodgers' passing attack is on point, but the load is somewhat lifted with the injury to Jordy Nelson. On top of that, Dallas gets healthier on the back end with Morris Claiborne. If there was ever a time for the Cowboys to make a statement, now would be the time. But Aaron Rodgers thinks differently due to the pressure of the playoffs. Is Dak and Zeke ready for the next big stage? Or are they just another roadblock in the way of Aaron Rodgers? New faces bring upon a new change. Dallas will enter the NFC Championship for the first time in 22 years, 30 to 24. That's it, guys. The division round matchups are set, and it all happens today. Comment, rate, subscribe, drop us a like. We would always appreciate it. Stay tuned for more Monk Spot. Favorite place, sports.